tennis in Britain is struggling to survive. We haven't quite shaken off the cult of the amateur. Tennis is still a game ruled by the well-bred. This is the Hurlingham Club, which every year before Wimbledon plays host to the tennis stars. For the older players, it's a genteel ritual. Stan Smith signs autographs for his admirers, and while Dominique Nastasi is introduced to a Pim's Fruit Cup, her husband has a playful romp in an exhibition game, and the members applaud. Former champions like Lou Hode have to share the scene with fashion designers from America, who now make more money dressing the players than he ever did winning Wimbledon. But it's not quite the same this year. Another young superstar, Björn Borg, is locked in the dressing room, unable to walk about, even at Hurlingham, lest he be mobbed by teeny-boppers.
Excuse me.
His entrance to play an exhibition game is stage-managed like that of a pop star, which of course is what he is. Björn Borg is 18, the son of a Stockholm grocer who this year has already won £40,000, unlike Chris Evert, the Italian and French titles. He plays a rough, unorthodox game, playing his opponents as if fighting in a barroom brawl. Borg arrived last year at Wimbledon for the first time to scenes of near riot. Police have to beat a path for him to every court through mobs of girls who want to touch him. Borg fits uneasily into the British tennis scene, as do the other young champions. He makes a lot of money, but pays a high price for his success.
Well, I feel sorry for him, because if you want to take a girl out, you want to sit and talk to her, you want to go to a discotheque and dance and have a few laughs, and it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible, because everybody's bugging in, and he's by far the most popular person in Sweden. And it's, I mean, he's only 18 and he's practicing so hard all the time. And if he wants to relax, it's so many people who wants even just to touch him.
Really?
Yes. I've never seen anything like it. Of course, I would like to have the money and a bit of the glory and all the publicity, but it's too much, I think. I wouldn't like to pay that a price, particularly not that young. If you get a bit older, you have a bit of experience, but he's never been, I mean, let's say he was 16 when he got good, and he's never done anything. He was at school first and with his parents, and after that he's just been hitting tennis balls.
Teddy Tinling, the dress designer, has presided in his own way at Wimbledon for 50 years. He used to be the call boy in the centre court dressing rooms and has dressed nearly every famous woman player. He is also a shrewd observer of the tennis world.
Well, I've been watching tennis for 50 years now, and periodically through that time somebody appears on the scene that seems to have a little extra appeal to the public. And there's no recipe. Either it doesn't have to be a young guy or an old guy or a pretty girl. Somebody suddenly has something. I reckon that Borg's, first of all, very much a today's hero in his image and his long hair, and his kids say he's got beautiful legs and all sorts of jazz. But his tennis is communicable. He plays completely differently from the textbooks and from the established stars that one's seen. You see Stan Smith hurling to the net, and you see Rose Wall doing his beautiful, marvellous technical volleys, but Borg doesn't seem to respond to any of that. He makes his own rules, and anybody who's never played tennis, and now there are millions of people who see tennis who've never played, thinks, well, I could do that. Well, everybody's a peacock, and the very sign of virility is the sign of projection and sort of antagonism towards life, which is fascinating. When Borg's down in a match, he looks at you as much as say, who the hell do you think you are? And you see him lift his head, and the fight's on. I think all that's fascinating, and it's totally today.
For the moment, I'm used to everything with the girls. It was difficult last year, for instance, when I came to Wimbledon. I was very surprised what's happening, but now I'm used to it. I'm used to my friends, I'm used to the climate and everything, because now I've been playing 2 years in the circuit, and you get used to everything.
What do you feel about the teeny boppers who come up to you and mob you? What do you feel about that?
Now, for the moment, I don't care about that because I think it's very good because if you play a match and they're cheering you for me, you know, and maybe it's very disturbing for the opponent, you know, and maybe he get mad, you know, and that's good. I think it's great.
So you're prepared to use the cheering and the adulation to help you win matches?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think that many of the girls in Sweden would, you know, like having a dream, like going out with Björn. And I went out with him a few times, and he's a really nice boy, and we had a good time together, but nothing kind of serious.
Why nothing serious?
Because it's too difficult for him, and well, I guess we were only just really good friends, and that was why how it came out. It was a girl he went out with for quite a while, and she they were really kind of serious, but in the end she thought it was too much, you know, hanging around Björn and all the reporters and everything, and they kind of just broke up. But it was Björn who was the one who was kind of serious about it.
If he would have liked to do something else, he can't. Because everybody's there to talk to him, to interview him, to do specials on him. You know, in Sweden, we go on Tuesdays, we get the weekly magazines, and we go, you know, we have a bet how many magazines are going to run Björn on the front page. And that's about the thing it is. And in every paper you pick up, there is Björn and an inside story about Björn.
Who are your idols, the people you admire most?
For the moment, I don't have any idol, you know. But for the first 2 years, I have Lever like an idol when I start to play tennis, but no. I don't have an idol.
Why not?
I think because for the first, no, I've been playing so well, you know, and I can beat everyone, you know, and that's why I think.
You're your own idol, you think?
Yeah, why not? I don't know.
Is there anybody in the world you would rather be except you?
Yeah, maybe sometimes I want to be a private person, so nobody knows, you know, when I go out, nobody look at me, you know, and things like that. That's happening sometimes.
But is there any other tennis player or any other public figure you would like to be except Björn Borg?
No, I don't think so.
You like yourself?
Yeah, I like myself.
Wimbledon has had to make many adjustments in the past decade. Hardest of all for Wimbledon to accept are the waves of young players who now care little about tradition and who play because it's their living. Like Björn Borg, Chris Evert has a detached, almost arrogant view of the world. It may not accord with old-fashioned sportsmanship and modesty, but it comes with being a champion. It comes with being very rich, and it comes from the belief that only one person in the world really matters.
If I be someone I'm supposed to be, who, you know, maybe is a lesser player, then I feel good. But when I beat someone I'm not supposed to be, like Billie Jean King or Mark Court, then it's just the greatest feeling because I feel not only I'm happy, but my whole family and all my friends are happy too. And, you know, what makes them happy.
When you're playing against an opponent on the court, you know, there's a real struggle on. Do you hate her? Do you really?
No, it's hard. Some opponents you want to beat more than others.
Why?
Just because of their attitude. If you think their attitude is, oh, I want to, you know, beat this girl, but if your opponent really, you can sense they respect your game and they wouldn't mind losing to you, then it isn't, you know, that hard to take if you do lose.
Is there anybody in the world you'd rather be except Chris Evert?
No, I don't think so, because I like myself, and I think that's very important. And I don't think you can be happy unless you do like yourself.